You're listening to 24/7 Miami Radio.
Well, hello, folks. It is an audio-only Canonfire.
Oh, yeah.
It is your humble host, Adrian, the masterful dude of doodliness, the face that runs the place, alongside his loyal cohort.
Cohort? What the fuck?
My old chum. I'm making you Robin now.
I'm definitely not Robin.
One of the faces that runs the places. I had too many S's on that one. Julio, the fifth dimensional host, Alberto Vidal. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. I have a voice again. My throat's dry as fuck. While I'm talking, watching that freaking raw-ass Avengers movie.
Yeah, we just finished doing a movie marathon watch with James, which you could check out his Road to Infinity War series on our YouTube channel. Remember, folks, we have a YouTube channel. I know people tend to forget because there's not a lot of views on there.
People only think we a podcast, but we're more than just two-dimensional. We five-dimensional, baby.
Exactly, my good man. Exactly. So, first things first, there was quite a bit of a news type of scare recently, just this past week. Stan the Man Lee was in he was close to death. He's better now, supposedly he's better, he's out of the hospital, but I saw him at MegaCon about 3 years ago now, and he wasn't looking good then. James saw him last year, I believe, at MegaCon, and he wasn't looking good there either. So, Julio, first off, what does Stan Lee mean to you? The man who created the Incredible Hulk and the Mighty Thor.
It just means he's created two of my favorite fucking characters. So it means a lot to me. It's really he's basically you know how in comics you do Captain America as this old dude.
The old guard, old-fashioned guy.
Old guard that has the power that leads the future forward. That's technically what Stan Lee means to me. He's Captain America, except aged.
Well, he did create Captain America, so it fits. And I mean, not a whole lot of people know about this, but he also wrote some DC comics when he was let go by Marvel for a bit. And they were called "What If Stan Lee Wrote Some DC."
Space Patrolman, Superman.
Yeah.
That he was
He was a cop from Krypton.
Yeah, it was a cop from Krypton that was exiled from Krypton or some weird thing like that.
I don't know. It was weird.
It was kooky, cool, weird ideas that would only work what was that, 80s, 90s time period?
Yeah. I mean, it felt like a very Stan Lee comic. And
he really is obsessed with what ifs.
Yeah, he loves what ifs.
Which is one of many things that Marvel is known for.
Yeah, and I mean, he was one of those that spearheaded those ideas. I believe he was the one that was very much editor-in-chief at the time, and he was the one pushing for, what if Spider-Man was actually Mary Jane Watson or something like that. He would do those old, crazy what-if stories and it was a draw.
To inspire, thought-provoking ideas, just one little difference can make a whole world of change because of the freaking butterfly effect.
Exactly. And I gotta say, because it's raining right now, we're recording this in my car.
2 hands!
In Lois Lane right now.
Sounds weird when you say it like that.
It does. That's what I named my car, of course. So what Stan Lee means to me is pretty much, I look at him, and I hate to say this, as a god, because he created a universe where some of my happiest memories have ever happened. without him, I wouldn't be nearly the same man I am today. My father wouldn't be nearly the same man he is today. His favorite character was the Hulk. He was so happy when I was growing up. That's all my dad would talk to me about was the Hulk, and Thor, and Namor. He fell in love with that world of Marvel. Like, I grew up with just a very pro Marvel thing where he would push it onto me and like tell me, you have to understand how great these stories were and everything about that nature. And my dad was the man who pushed me to meet Stan Lee. He was like, do it. I'll help you go see him. And to this day, that Stan Lee moment is, I will never forget it. I've forgotten my own birth. I'm not going to forget meeting Stan Lee. Because, Julio, you might not know this. You know, I seem like a very calm and reasonable individual. But when I was about to meet Stan Lee, I had a panic attack. I had anxiety. I had never experienced those emotions. I was short of breath. I shook the man's hand, and
so you kind of reacted that way when you were meeting like Mick Foley for the first time.
It wasn't even like meeting Mick it was great. I got a little crazy like that, but Stan was on another level.
Yeah, Stan like basically is the guy that structured your childhood.
Yeah, man, like that's the man that not only helped my generation, but my anterior generation. Like, that's a man in my bloodline has helped 2 generations of men to become men. Like, I'm just like, holy fuck. So if he dies, I don't know what the hell to do. I'm probably just gonna be like locked in my room crying, but I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Do we watch his cameos? What should we do? Should we read his comics? Should we read some of his comics?
I'm pretty sure someone's gonna do like a Stan Lee montage.
Yeah.
Of like all the...
Of every single cameo that he's been in. Like even the X-Men ones.
And I mean, he has that show where he was in that show about like humans in our world with like superhuman
abilities. Yeah.
So there's like a whole bunch of things that you can do to remind yourself of the greatness of Stan Lee. You can go read his old comics.
Look, Stan Lee has done some fucked up shit. But then again, haven't we all? Like, he fucked over Steve Ditko. He fucked over Jack Kirby. He did some messed up shit. But, you know, that was business, and he asked forgiveness. Jack Kirby's still pissed. He's dead, but I bet he's still pissed. And, I mean, he went off and did great things in D.C., and D.C. loves Jack Kirby, I'll tell you that. But, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, that man dies. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be emotionally ready for it, you know? Like, I'm trying to mentally prepare myself because at any moment he could go. At any moment. I don't know if you feel that.
This thing made like such a dark turn. I wasn't expecting the tone to be so dark.
Well, I mean, we're talking about like a man who at any moment is gonna go.
Don't say that.
All right, let's talk about something nice.
I mean, by the time...
What's your favorite creation of Stan Lee?
They'll probably have genetic cloning by the time
Stan dies?
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
I mean, the Japanese are cloning the woolly mammoth finally next year.
Well, at least somebody take some blood out of Stan Lee. We could do. The world could use a couple more Stan Lees. Julio, tell me right now, what's your favorite creation of Stan Lee?
Thor, as you know, is like my favorite Marvel character.
Right.
Only second to, like, you know, only sometimes, like, I feel like I like Hulk sometimes more, but consistently it's more Thor. But I think out of all of those guys, the ones that helped me the most was probably the Hulk. Growing up as a freaking angsty 90s kid in freaking America, listening to freaking grunge and all this bullshit in the freaking early 2000s.
Yeah, and you were also with a lot of anger issues.
Had crazy anger issues. My parents got divorced when I was 9. You know, it's like a weird thing to talk about over freaking radio or whatever. And I had anger management problems. As a matter of fact, I was in anger management for like 3 to 4 years because I started raging out.
Well, I didn't.
I like broke a window in my classroom. A kid stole my shit and I freaking like bit his shoulder. He was bleeding, and a kid skipped me a line and I shoved him into a freaking wall and like he hit his head on like a concrete wall and he was bleeding. Like, I was a really aggressive kid. Well, after the whole divorce thing.
So you symbolized a lot with the Hulk.
I symbolized
a man that's normal one second and a fit of rage in another.
Yeah, and then he basically Banner was like my yoga instructor. This is also like a weird thing, but I actually started calming down because I started doing yoga when I was a little kid. And it was part of like that whole thing that I told you, like for a while, like for a big portion of my life I was like Buddhist. And that was like one of the things that, you know how Banner's like very like Zen.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's like, oh, I have to find ways to keep myself calm at all times because I don't want to like rage out. So he helped me basically learn how to control myself through comics.
I think, and you're going to be a little shocked at me to say this, but I think the greatest Stan Lee creation was Spider-Man.
Nani?
It's true. I don't particularly care for Peter Parker, Spider-Man, or anything like that. Like, I'm not losing my shit over the character or anything. He's not anywhere near my top 10. But if you look at the growth of the character and the growth of Marvel itself, without Spider-Man, there wouldn't be a Marvel. I don't think. Spider-Man is their main guy. Spider-Man is their Superman. Like, that's their guy. That's the face of their company, in my opinion. Without Spider-Man, I wouldn't have had Punisher. So.
That's true. It's first appearance of Spider-Man.
Exactly. Amazing Spider-Man number 657.
Wow.
No,
Really?
I'm sorry. Amazing Spider-Man 129.
Really?
657 was another.
Really?
What?
Really?
Actually, I might be wrong. I'm trying to remember the number. Regardless, the most important thing, however, is that I think that's his greatest creation. However, my personal favorite, it's the Hulk. My dad was reading Hulk comics in Italy. Could you imagine reading them in Italian?
Yeah, I can actually still read in Italian. Just not speak it very well.
I mean, it would probably be really funny to read Smash in Italian. What would that word be in Italian?
I don't even fucking remember.
I don't know either, but it would be kind of funny to read those. But he was reading like the 60s, 70s books, you know?
Yeah, I remember he got him the old school, that old school Hulk poster.
I did when I was at SuperCon. I got it for him for his birthday, just so he could have it. I don't know what he did with it. Hopefully he put it up. But because of the Hulk, it helped my dad become the man he is. And because of that, I always gravitated towards the Hulk because I wanted to be like my dad. So I started looking into the Hulk, and I fell in love with the Hulk. And Hulk is by far my second favorite character in Marvel. First is, of course, Punisher. But Hulk is such a great character. So well developed. And especially, like, Stan in those early years where it was Grey Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was Grey Hulk, and then it went into Green Hulk and things like that. That was
basically just all the mutations of the character and all the changes that have happened.
And they were really brave changes, because he didn't just do those willy-nilly. Like, he didn't pull it out of his ass. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna have to do is just watch like the Incredible Hulk TV show or whatever, or like, you know, just surround myself with as much Hulk as possible.
Watch like Lou Ferrigno.
Oh man, if Lou dies,
fuck! Don't do this.
I'm gonna cry, man.
You know, like that show, which I was actually watching when I was like before I turned into a teenager, like my like young youth. My mom and me had a deal. All right, this is the coolest deal of all time when you're a little kid, especially when you're a little kid that doesn't like sleeping early. I used to make this promise to my mom. If you let me sleep early... No, she's like, if you sleep early, I'll let you stay up late at night and watch, like, TV shows. So, I used to watch, like, Martin, Frasier. I used to go on, I forgot what the name of the horror channel was back in the day. But I used to watch, like, Puppet Master. I used to watch Hulk. I used to watch, like, all this shit when I was, like, a little jit. Like, I was, like, freaking, like, 7 or 8 here. I was watching horror movies before going to sleep.
That's pretty awesome, man. And we'll be right back after these words, all right? All right.
24/7 Miami Radio.
And we're back. It is Adrian and Julio. So Julio, I gotta tell you, obviously you know Superman is gonna be on. Written by Bendis.
Yeah.
our most hated nemesis.
And your most favorite hero?
Exactly. I'm fucking dying inside. Now, we know the date. He takes over after issue 1000. After Action Comics 1000.
That's a Red Trunks issue.
Right, and he's gonna be part of the relaunch for Superman. So it looks like he's writing both Action Comics and Superman. So I'm fucked if I don't like him.
Wait, he's writing both?
Yeah.
They're doing a relaunch, so that means that they're resetting after 1000?
Apparently.
That's lame.
It is lame. I would have liked the 1001, the 1002 and shit.
Yeah, like, why the hell are they freaking doing that? Whatever. Continue.
So, he's going by a new name.
Here we go.
He is no longer called Brian Michael Bendis. He is simply called Brian Bendis.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Superman getting named change.
No.
I was like, what?
Oh.
He left the M behind because Marvel. Got it. Thanks to the past now.
You know, that makes a scary amount of sense. You know that?
No.
That makes a scary amount of sense. But, are you at all excited for him on Superman? Don't ask me. Just, let's keep it on you.
I'm worried. As well,
That's a good word.
as we said before, as long as he has someone like supervising him, Bendis can do some really raw shit. But him, like when Bendis goes willy nilly, he does like crazy stuff that like just make no sense. That has to get right on. It does nothing.
Yeah, but Superman's being written so well by Jurgens. Why can't Jurgens just stay on? Why has to be Bendis? I'm sorry, I'm crying.
My hero!
My life cut into pieces.
My dream!
This is my last resort. Oh man, I just,
see when
I'm gonna buy the issues. I will. Maybe not.
What if you buy the issues and they're like the fucking best thing you've ever fucking read?
Do you have any idea, like, the amount of shit I'm gonna have to eat and apologize? I'm gonna have to apologize on
What if
air.
Bendis did this on purpose?
What, intentionally be bad and then go and be good?
No, it's like, oh, Adrian's talking shit about me, huh? Who's Adrian?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much this is like some villainous shit towards me, you know? Like, this is my arch nemesis right now.
So I'm gonna write your favorite hero and you're gonna love it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. If he writes my favorite character better, oh man. You know, the thing is that he's doing he's taking over for, like, gonna do it in the style of John Byrne's Man of Steel from '86, which is where Superman first met Batman in 1986, and right after Crisis, where they did like a whole relaunch on everything and rebooted everything. Because comics, it's never original. They've rebooted a shitload of times.
They did this freaking story like in New 52 with Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
But then it was alternate Earth Batman and Superman meeting for the first time. And it was really weird.
It also had some interesting art.
Yeah, it had a really strange art. Who was the artist for that?
I forgot. I cannot look it up. I am driving.
Oh, I have no internet. It's like, this is really trippy art.
Yeah. Regardless, however, I'm very interested. I'm potentially very interested, because if it's like some House of M type shit, whoa baby, oh baby. But if it's Ironheart type of thing,
I haven't read Ironheart, so I can't make the
where just no trials and tribulations. What if they kill Superman and he puts somebody else as Superman? What if he kills my Kal-El? like Clark Kent.
Who's he gonna replace him with?
I don't know. Maybe some
Connor?
Maybe some 12.
Where the fuck is Connor?
He's still missing.
What if he gets replaced by Connor?
Connor did show up in Super Sons, but as future Connor, where he's already Superman.
Yeah. What if he gets replaced by Connor?
I'd be fine with it, because it's, it makes sense.
I just hope Superboy doesn't become Superboy Prime.
Where is Superboy Prime? I miss him. I miss Prime Time.
Because he came out in New 52.
Yes.
He took over as Superboy.
Yes, but he's been missing.
But I mean, current Superboy technically has the ability to become Superboy Prime. That's the dude's name. It's John Lane Kent.
Yeah.
Which makes it scary. It's a fucking time bomb.
But I love Jonathan. I love that little boy. He's awesome. Super Sons is fucking great, man.
I need to catch up on some shit.
Yeah, I mean, DC changed their brand a little bit. It's no longer DC Rebirth, it's DC Universe.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, they still kept Wild Animal, the Young Animal, and all of those other brands, right?
Right, and they're making new characters now.
Yeah, with Damage, Silencer.
And they're branching the new characters with Leaguers. Like Silencer is going to be with Wonder Woman. Damage is going to be with Batman. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm all for new characters. I'm all for new heroes, new villains. I just wish that Bendis wasn't there.
Hopefully these characters don't fall into the Dick Grayson problem.
What's the Dick Grayson problem?
Okay, Dick has this issue with freaking villains. I guess it's because he's always gonna kind of be in like Bruce's shadow, sort of, because he was like a sidekick.
Right.
But like his villains, like,
suck.
They're just not memorable. They're like Joker light kind of shit.
I don't even know any Nightwing villains.
Like I think he had, what was it, Prankster?
No, he didn't have Prank. He had Prankster as a
I
villain?
think it was Prankster. I don't even remember. It was in New 52. It was before they did the secret agent Grayson thing.
You mean Spiral?
Yeah. Or
how could he have Prankster? Isn't Prankster like a ripoff of the Trickster?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Prankster that was his.
Alright, you let us know. You message us, you post it up at Fan Freaks.
Yeah, it was like because he went to like Bloodhaven or whatever, and he started doing his thing over there.
Which Bloodhaven is like his stand-in for New York, even though New York exists in DC.
There's like 5,000 New Yorks. Gotham, New York, Bloodhaven again.
Metropolis,
good New York, good New York, Gotham, bad New York.
It's like boroughs. It's like different boroughs.
Yeah.
Metropolis is Manhattan. Like Gotham's Harlem or some shit. Or Queens, Staten Island. Like a really rough part of New York. And Bloodhaven's kind of like not so rough, so like Brooklyn. We just insulted our entire New York audience.
Exactly. They're probably gonna
be mad.
Be severely upset.
Well, why don't you take it up to us and message us at Sir Jim Ramos.
He receives all the fan mail.
Yeah.
In other news, we have finally more news about Valiant, which kind of confuses the hell out of me. Valiant Comics was bought by Damage Entertainment.
What is Damage Entertainment?
Okay, they're the guys that produced Looper. They co-produced Iron Man 3, and they've co-produced a lot of movies that get released like in China.
Are you happy for it? You're the one that reads Valiant more than I do.
Okay, so the thing is that Valiant just had that whole deal with Bad in the Sun, where Jason David Frank was Bloodshot.
Oh.
They had all these characters that they were like doing like actual like syndication of little YouTube shows, whatever. So Damage bought them because they wanted to push the ball forward on the actual like TV shows and movies, etc. So I don't know if that is gonna like rip up the Bat in the Sun deal, or they're still gonna keep it,
or use Bat in the Sun for other stuff.
Yeah, like mini testing ground or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that is pretty interesting, Julio. Valiant is like a pretty big comic company, right?
So, like technically right now they're considered like the third biggest.
More than Image and Dark Horse?
I think so, because they're
well, Dark Horse did lose Star Wars.
The issue is just that they grow. They've been growing. They have like the highest exponential like growth rate out of all the companies right now, and they've been steadily growing like really really big.
Don't they have Exo Man of War?
Yeah, they have Exo Man of War, Ninjak, Eternal Warrior, obviously Bloodshot, which is one of like
their main guys.
Their main guys, yeah.
I mean,
Exo Man of War is like a raw story. It's a freaking Visigoth that gets a freaking futuristic alien armor tech and becomes a hero.
I have no idea what a Visigoth is.
It's like a warrior from, like the 500s.
Like a knight. Are you gonna look it up now?
Yeah.
I thought you didn't have internet.
Oh, let me see.
Well, okay, so there's Marvel, DC. Those are the big two. Those are the two that everybody knows. They're owned. Marvel's owned by Disney. DC's owned by Warner Brothers. Thirdly is apparently Valiant, which is owned by DMG Entertainment. Dark Horse, I believe, is owned by Fox, because they do most of the Alien and Predator books. So if Fox owns Dark Horse, then Disney owns Dark Horse, maybe. And then there's Image, but Valiant is a big one now. So, and Valiant got bought. So we may have more like big parent company things going on. But if Fox did own Dark Horse, doesn't that mean that Disney owns Dark Horse? Yeah, that's what I just said. I gotta look into who owns Dark Horse, because Dark Horse may have been bought by Fox. As far as I know, they're the ones that do a lot of the licensing stuff. And Fox at a time owned or was publishing or releasing a lot of Star Wars stuff.
But like that's the issue now. Well, we do know that Marvel recently just reacquired Conan rights.
That's true.
But who produces Conan? Is it Dark Horse or is it Image?
I thought it was Dynamite, actually.
Damn it, Adrian. Okay, so Visigoths were from the 5th to 8th century AD.
Oh,
by the way.
All right.
So I was right.
You were right, and we'll be right back after this.
24/7 Miami Radio.
Hiya, this is Harley Quinn, and you're on 24/7 Miami. Wee! Wahoo! Whoopee! Yay!
So, Julio, what'd you find out about Dark Horse?
Okay, so Dark Horse just releases their properties under Fox.
But they're not owned by Fox.
They're not owned by Fox, but I guess Fox had like a major stake in their company. So would that mean that now Disney has a major stake in the company?
Dude, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, like I must find out more information. If you have any information on this, please post it in the comment section, because I really want to know now.
Me too. I also want to mention now that next week, I believe, is it next week or the week after?
The week after. Yeah.
Week after.
It's time
Black Panther
for the best.
What is hype may never die right now, because
dude, the hype around that movie is so intense, and I'm riding this train all the way.
It apparently is going to beat a shitload of records. It's looking to be the highest grossing comic book movie in a long time. Like they're thinking it's going to beat Avengers money. Like, that's huge, man. And this is honestly one of the best characters that Marvel has ever made. In my opinion, it's one of the better characters, at least when it's written by Christopher Priest. He, by far, has needed a movie. He's deserved a movie. This is an African king, not a prince. This is an African king of Wakanda, a fictional country, true, but it really, really is probably one of the most empowering black stories I've ever read.
And gives you bigger insight into, I guess, African culture as a whole.
Yeah. And there are a lot of people that are, the way they're caping up is dressing in African garb and going to the premieres. It's a big deal. I'm very excited for this movie. I loved them in Civil War. I think it's going to be fucking great.
I think the thing that has me the most hype is that if this movie succeeds as much as they say it will, like, Hollywood has no excuses anymore. Because you know how, like, most of these films, like, don't really have diverse casts, and there's always, like, this whole, like, oh, but there's not an actor of so-and-so race of this caliber or whatever. Like, this should break every single one of those freaking stereotypes and all that bullshit that they freaking try, like, defending themselves with.
Yeah. I personally think that right now, the best thing right now is the fact that Black Panther showed up in Civil War. He got his introduction there. He became king. He became the Panther in there. And now this movie isn't an origin story. It's just him defending Wakanda from Ulysses, Eric Killmonger and Ulysses Claw.
Yeah.
Like, two villains, two pretty good villains, but everyone's talking about how great the acting is. Everybody's talking about how great the film is.
They're saying that Michael B. Jordan basically recovered from that Fan Four Stick fiasco.
We don't talk about Fan Four Stick.
This is true.
We're gonna watch it on Friday, correct?
Yes, that's the
Sunset
goal.
Place.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay, 10 o'clock showing because I get out at 9.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm inviting some people.
Sunset.
Well, let's see if like the vibranium is strong in me.
And hopefully, my lady friend agrees to come with.
Yeah, let's hope so. Could be a double date.
Oh man. But other than that, what's your personal take on this?
It's been a long time coming, bro. Did you hear Wesley Snipes has been talking a lot about Black Panther because, obviously the movie's coming up, but he was going to be Black Panther. Like, there was a movie script floating around in the 90s before Blade came out that he was going to become Black Panther. It was going to be really weird. They weren't going to feature the other heroes. It was going to be very isolationist type of thing.
Well, I mean, Wakanda is a pretty isolated country. If you think about it, most of the time, the purpose of, well, at least T'Challa is the only one that's freaking different because he goes out to save the world. But his predecessors, like T'Chaka, his father, they're very like
isolationist.
We have to worry about our people and protect our borders from, whoever the heck tries to like invading us. Because they got like World War II, they tried invading them, and all this stuff. And obviously they have those crazy ass advanced defense systems.
Yeah, and it's all powered by vibranium.
Yeah. The most expensive material in Marvel Comics.
Would you, with Black Panther coming out, and we have Black Lightning on CW, which everyone's talking about.
Which is awesome.
Oh, so you saw it?
It's so good.
That's fucking...
It's like...
Tell me more about it.
It really encapsulates like just a lot of the societal problems, where the main character, Black Lightning, he's actually like a retired superhero. That he comes back because, like, a gangbanger, they started going after his daughters.
Oh, okay.
So they kidnapped his daughters. They were trying to make one of them become like a prostitute. And he was like, he came out of retirement just to take care of it. And this man, they call him like, the people there, they're like saying that he's like Black Jesus because he he helps people transition in like school. There's no crime in his school because he's a principal at school. There's like no crime in his school. He tries helping people stay out of like trouble and all this stuff. And they obviously, no one knows that he's Black Lightning. And in Freeland, which is the place where it takes place, there's like vigilantism is obviously severely looked down upon. But the police can't do shit to take out like these gangs because obviously like gangs have a way of getting around it. You know, typical. It's like, oh, that's like hearsay, whatever.
Right.
Bullshit. So he comes out of retirement, takes care of a shitload of bad guys by himself, and then he starts noticing that how much the city needs him, because like then there's like another person that comes to him where she becomes like, she's not an important character, but she's important to how he went back into becoming a hero. It's like it's a mother, it's a single mother. Her husband died, or her daughter basically got like enchanted by like this gangbanger who basically got her into doing prostitution, and she's trying to get her daughter back, but she can't. So she tries catching these people, like, you know, doing criminal acts. She's like recording them, and she sets up her phone to record like her talking to one of the gang members. His name is Lala, whatever his street name is, Lala. And she's like, oh, like, give my freaking daughter back, whatever. And he's like saying, yo, I don't got time for this shit. And he shoots her.
Whoa, dude.
He kills her. And then her phone caught everything on camera. So they finally actually had a case against one of the freaking major gangbangers in the city. But, you know, this obviously does like a chain effect where his boss, he goes to jail. His boss kills him, obviously.
Right.
Because there's corrupt
Don't
cops,
snitch.
corrupt cops in the force that allow his boss to get in there and do whatever. And now, you know, you're going to see more involvement of this guy who had clashed with Black Lightning in the past, and he supposedly killed Black Lightning.
But Black Lightning is its own universe, right? They don't mention other heroes.
I think...
or they leave it ambiguous so far.
I think they're going to keep it ambiguous. I feel they're going to do a separate universe with Black Lightning.
Well, there's
like,
been
you know
talk
how, like there's like an Arrowverse.
Yeah, the showrunner mentioned like he wants to do a Lightning verse.
Yeah, he wanted to do like a Lightning verse, which would make me happy because the executive producer actually wants Static to be on the show.
Oh, please, God, we need Static.
But out of all the people from freaking Dakotaverse that I want to see on that fucking show, is fucking Icon, okay?
Who's Icon, Julio?
Icon is Dakotaverse's equivalent of freaking Superman.
You think they could do Superman already where they have Supergirl?
Well, I mean, it's like he's like he's not just like Superman, because you know, like Superman, like it's like a humanoid race, whatever.
Right.
His race, his name's Arthur, I think. His race, essentially, they imitate whatever the first genetic material that they see.
Okay.
When they land. So he landed, like, because Icon is old as fuck, by the way. He's like, you know how Wolverine, they did like the whole backstory that he's like 2,000 years old?
Right.
Like, this guy landed in like southern North America, like the southern states of North America, where like slavery was still happening.
Right.
So the first genetic material that he sees is like a black person, like a slave, and he becomes like a little black baby. So he's like a little black baby alien with Superman powers. Then he gets raised by like one of the plantation slaves, and he, you know, fights for the injustice of the people. And then he kind of makes it seem, at least from what I remember reading, like that he is like, he's still like, he's like his ancestor. It's like his ancestor looks like the same as he does, kind of thing. And now he's like a lawyer, like a big name lawyer. And so he's like essentially Superman, where he has like the whole day identity, lawyer, then
secret identity,
crazy superpowered superhero Superman level.
So you would like a little Lightning-led Justice League on his universe thing, because a lot of people are mentioning that Arrow is gonna end soon. Like
Arrow, I think, is gonna end either this season or next season,
because they're running out of shit to say.
Like, this Stephen Amell had said that originally, like, it was like a 6-season idea, like that was the plan. And he said if there's any more, like, he'd be down for it. But honestly, even though this season has been good compared to the past few seasons, it's still like not there yet. I mean, They do have freaking Richard Dragon, but they haven't used Richard Dragon yet.
They haven't used Richard Dragon?
Like, he's there. He's like a drug dealer or whatever. But he's not like, he hasn't whipped out the crazy freaking dragon martial art bullshit.
So, like, what I was trying to say with Black Lightning and Black Panther, we gotta talk about somebody else. We gotta talk about Blade, man. Marvel has the rights back to Blade. Would you be hype for a Blade movie or a Blade TV show?
I want a TV show.
You want a TV? Okay, but like where? On Netflix?
Like Netflix level TV show. Because
they might be doing it for their own like
because like
streaming
when they do a
service.
streaming service or whatever. Because the Blade movies were awesome back in the day.
Yeah.
But Blade needs a lot more screen time than that. That motherfucker like kills like a whole bunch. It's like his universe is more like I'm gonna kill like a whole bunch of sub boss vampires and then slay the big bad afterwards. It's really like Buffy kind of syndication or like Supernatural. So I feel like he deserves like a big budget, like maybe 12, 13 episode TV series.
I personally, sorry folks, it's like 3 a.m. I personally feel super hyped for a TV show. I think personally that a TV show would work, but not to limit it to just vampires, because he's also a child of the occult. He would need to learn more and like grasp at different, defeat different villains, like make it a supernatural show, go all in. Have him fight demons, have him fight werewolves, have him fight everything.
Yeah. And with that Netflix money, they could do, or like whatever Disney money that they want to use, like they could do some crazy ass special effects, which was some of the problems that they had. You know what DC had with Constantine. Like Constantine was way too high budget, and they were putting it on the worst days of the week.
Friday. At the worst time, 8 o'clock.
Where people were going out already. Like,
yeah,
it made no sense. But definitely, Blade deserves a TV show. And also, I don't want anyone to like bastardize the Blade movies. Kind of thing. Like, Snipes was a fucking badass in those movies.
Yeah. And
those movies, like, they kind of shaped some of what a superhero movie can be.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, because we didn't, like, what did we get? Spawn. We got Spawn, Blade. What else did we have around that time?
97?
Yeah, terrible Batman movies.
Yeah, Batman and Robin was 97. We had Blade. Blade, which was like the big super blockbuster superhero movie. And it was with a black guy.
Yeah, basically, like, the good superhero movies at that time were 2 black superheroes. Yeah. Spawn, like, died out. Like, I don't know how. And Blade, which was a freaking trilogy.
Alright, and on that note, we're gonna come right back.
24/7 Miami Radio.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and you're on 24/7 Miami.
We got MCC. Julio and I are going to try and go to SuperCon, see if we could get a panel for once.
Back in regards to the MCC thing, we'll keep you guys updated, because I know MCC does a lot of events where artists show up. So if you are interested in maybe going to see one of your favorite artists,
yeah, well, stay tuned to the Fan Freaks group page, because that's where we share the events for them, so you guys can keep, checking them out.
And go check them out. Like, what was it? They sell variants at the same price as a regular comic?
Yeah.
So you can get any variant that you want for a price of a regular comic. Normally comic book stores freaking upcharge you at least $2 for a variant cover. So you can collect as many variant covers as much as you want. Look at you, Michael.
Well, looking at me and Frank as well.
And looking at Adrian's wallet. Not even Adrian.
Yeah, the wallet's going to have to deal with it. But also, Julio, we also have, we're hoping to continue to grow and be better. We're going to become more legitimate. We're doing more shows. We're producing more content so everybody can have something to enjoy with. We're trying to broaden our horizons and host more events. Right now we're doing like a monthly meetup at my house. Whoever wants to come over and play video games and chill out, you can. We could even do a special Canonfire that day, and we'll just sit down and talk. It'll be a party. And if you can't be there, it'll be streamed live on Twitch. Got to make use of that PlayStation camera, right?
Yeah. Which is pretty freaking amazing, by the way.
Oh, you like it, huh?
Yeah. We're hoping that more of you guys become more active, so if you guys ever want to just be on the show, you can literally just comment in the comment section, and then we'll reach out to you on Facebook.
Or if you're a bit shy, just message us, either on Facebook or message our personal Gmail, which is canonfirecohorts@gmail.com. That email again is canonfirecohorts@gmail.com. And again, we want to thank all of our sponsors: Attic Door Media, Multiverse Comics Corps, 24/7 Miami. Oh, and I'll be going to school for broadcasting, so I'll be learning how to make things look better and sound better.
So we can produce better content for you guys.
Exactly, and hopefully get a better job and
do something you like doing. I mean, you freaking love doing this radio thing.
I just like to talk, and it's so easy. I let my mouth do all the work. Everybody knows I got like a motor mouth. But yeah, folks, we're just gonna keep growing. We're not gonna stop here. We're looking at shirts. We're looking at everything. We're looking, passing out business cards.
Grow with us. So if you have any suggestions that you want in regards to like ideas where you want to have like a logo made for us or something like that, just reach out to us.
Yeah, we're all on helping each other out. If there's anything that you're doing that you want us to help promote, if there's anything that you want us to help you with, we're here to help each other.
And heck, we even like if we like the logo that you do or whatever, we'll commission you. So any shirts that have your logo, you'll get a percentage because it's only fair.
Exactly, Julio. It is only fair, and we pride ourselves on being fair and courteous. It's a family. We're all in this together. Us nerds got to stick together, or rather, us freaks got to stick together. I think it's been a pretty good State of the Union address.
We got to change the name of that.
State of the Freak?
We'll work on it. We'll see what
Freak of the Union?
James can help us with.
Oh, James is going to probably complain to us that we're using it already. And we have to stick with it now because we came out with it and said it.
Damn it, James. Retrospective James.
Oh, that would be a great series. Like if he just reviews like really old shit. Anyway, I think that's about it. Of course, check out all of our content on Mixcloud and 247miami.tv/radio.
We're hopefully doing better with sound quality. We should be buying some newer equipment very soon, if anything. So hopefully we can improve the sound that we produce for you guys.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll be doing more shows at a studio like CSB in Pembroke, where the school will be out. They're going to let me use the studio, so
we're going to go ham in there.
Yeah, it's just an hour drive. I don't know if Julio's ready for that.
Yeah. Heck, I could drive to Broward in my car.
You can? Do you trust your car?
I've done it.
Okay.
I went to Miramar actually with my car.
All right. So I guess I'll just meet you there or whatever, and we could do a show there. I mean, I'll be a student, so I could bring on anybody.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it, folks. Tune in next week where we'll probably be hyping up Black Panther and telling you all the news that you missed. Take care, folks. This is Adrian.
This is Julio telling you to keep it freaky.
Is that your catchphrase now?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a good one.
We'll commission you. So any shirts that have your logo, you'll get a percentage. Because, you know, it's only fair.
Exactly, Julio. It is only fair. And we pride ourselves on being fair and courteous. It's a family. We're all in this together. Us nerds got to stick together. Or rather, us freaks got to stick together. I think it's been a pretty good State of the Union address.
We got to change the name of that.
State of the Freak?
We'll work on it. We'll see what
Freak of the Union?
James can help us with.
Oh, James is going to probably complain to us that we're using it already. And we have to stick with it now because we came out with it and said it.
Damn it, James. Retrospective James.
Oh, that would be a great series. Like if he just reviews like really old shit. Anyway, I think that's about it. Of course, check out all of our content on Mixcloud and 247miami.tv/radio.
We're hopefully doing better with sound quality. We should be buying some newer equipment very soon, if anything. So hopefully we can improve the sound that we produce for you guys.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll be doing more shows at a studio like CSB in Pembroke, where the school will be. They're going to let me use the studio, so
we're going to go ham in there.
Yeah, it's just an hour drive. I don't know if Julio's ready for that.
Yeah. Heck, I could drive to Broward in my car.
You can? Do you trust your car?
I've done it.
Okay.
I went to Miramar actually with my car.
All right. So I guess I'll just meet you there or whatever, and we could do a show there. I mean, I'll be a student, so I could bring on anybody.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it, folks. Tune in next week where we'll probably be hyping up Black Panther and telling you all the news that you missed. Take care, folks. This is Adrian.
This is Julio telling you to keep it freaky.
Is that your catchphrase now?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a good one.
Miami Radio.